Hey, what's up? So this question is called second highest salary. So we have this employee table with ID and salary fields or columns, and we need to get always the second highest salary. So in this case, we have 300, 200, 100. It's 200. So let's just start by selecting the salary from the employee table. It's from employee table, and this order by the salary. But if we just add it like this will order them from the smallest to the biggest. So 100, 200, 300. We want them from the biggest to the smallest. So we'll put descending order. So this will give us from 300 to 100, which is this test case is running this case here. So we can actually copy this, or sorry, copy the input and run a test case. Yeah, and what I will do, I will add another user. Or before this, let me just build the query step by step. So what we can do here is to limit the query to one row. So limit by one. So only get one result or one row from the query. As you can see, we got the 300, which is after we ordered this in descending order, we got the highest value. So to go to the second highest value, we can use the offset operator. So by default, offset is 0, but if you put 1, this will go to the second row that this query produces. So after the MySQL engine run this query, it will get the first row and return it for you. But since we added offset, I'm telling it, yeah, only get me one row, but skip one. So this is what offset means. Skip the first one, then get me only one. So now if we run it, we will get the second highest salary, which is correct. We will get 200. They are giving us a wrong answer because we need to rename this like this. So it's fine, it's good. But there is a case that might happen. So let me here add another user. So the ID is 4, and also the salary is 300. Let's now run it and see what will happen. Our output was 300 because if you think about it, there is two persons with the same salary, which is 300, which is the highest salary, and the first row and the second row are 300, then the third row are 200, but our actual and the expected result is 200. So there is an operator that will only give us the distinct values. That's what we are looking for. We only need the distinct salaries. Now we can know what is the second highest salary after we know only the distinct ones. I hope this was clear, but now let's put distinct. I could write it distinct like this. This should be, or this should work in our test case. This one, sorry. But yeah, this should work if I run it. So yeah, it got me the second highest salary, although we have two people with the same 300 salary. So this still will fail in some cases because sometimes there is only one employee, and this is and in this case you will return this employee. Or I'm not sure if this is the case, but maybe this is one of the cases. But there is a case that um, there is no second highest salary. I think that case, yeah, one of them. In this case, you will return null. But in MySQL, if you want to do this, you will use, I think, a clause called, or a function called if null. But I will use it, I will solve it in a different way. You know something in MySQL, let me show you something interesting. You can actually do stuff like this. So select 1 plus 1. This will give you 2. As you can see, come on. So this will give you 2. So you can actually put here any kind of expressions. And what we wrote earlier would be considered an expression. So if I put this here, let me format it. So let's select the distinct salary. So this will be considered like, you can think about it an expression, just a column. I'm just selecting that like this. submit. So it's correct. Another way, which might be a little more simpler, that select the max salary from, or let me reformat it, from employee where the max salary is less than. Now you can put an parenthesis here to put an expression. You can write actually another select query here. So select max salary from employee. So if you think about this, this will give us, or the MySQL engine to run this query, it needs to understand, it needs to resolve this query here. So when we select the max salary, which is 300, so here we'll put 300. So what will happen? This query will select the max salary where it's less than 300, which in our case, the maximum less than 300 will be 200 in that case. And this will still work in all other cases as well. If you think about it, that we are usually getting the maximum that is less than the original maximum. You can think about it. Invalid use of group function. I think, yeah, you need to group by salary, and it should work, I believe. Maybe I did something wrong. Let me just check, because I saw it earlier like this. Um, I think it should be fine. Select max salary from employee without this, where I think where salary, yeah, where salary, not the maximum salary, where the salary is less than the maximum salary. I think that's it. And we need as well to rename this. Now submit. I think that's it. Yeah, I usually build the queries like this. I just build them step by step until I find the correct way. So yeah. So this is, I'm getting the max where salary is less than the original max. Okay. So I'm getting all the salaries that are less than the max, then I'm getting the max from that result. That's it. That's the main idea. And yeah, thank you.